you're a pretty analytical kind of guy based on your mechanical engineering background. But what are you looking at when you see some of these missed PATs that you may have noticed and what steps have you taken to fix them?
Yeah, well, looking back at the tape, I think the biggest issue with the PATs, except for one, has been where I'm starting the kick at. So the one in Buffalo, that was kind of the outlier. I started that right and stayed right. But the other ones have all been balls that have been tailing to the left, and then even that field goal against the Ravens. So I think I just have to have a good line. I need that ball to come out exactly where I'm aiming. And, unfortunately, I have missed those extra points, and a lot of them have been left. But every day I'm trying to get better and obviously trying to get that fixed.
Let's go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Harrison. Obviously, the team is super high on you with the contract extension, a couple of years back. But when there are troubles maybe like this, what does it mean to you to hear Dave Toub say something like, we have total confidence in Harrison that he's going to just work this thing out?
Yeah, that means a lot, knowing that they have confidence in me. Obviously, I want to make every kick and do my best, but I don't take being here for granted. I don't take every game for granted. I'm blessed to be in the NFL, blessed to be part of the Kansas City Chiefs, and, I'm working hard every day to do my job. And, whether it's 2017 and I'm going on that streak or now when I'm missing some extra points every day, I'd like to think, I'm working just as hard to get better and to be the best kicker I can be.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Harrison, you're making a large percentage of your field goals, 90-some%. Why are things working there, but maybe not necessarily on all the PATs? And Brad, I'll have one quick follow-up.
Yeah, I think you look back at last year, which, I thought was a good year on field goals. I had a couple missed extra points. I think now it's just kind of been all at the start of the season, unfortunately. One thing we have changed, I guess, is attempting some of the extra points from the hashes to hopefully recreate the field goal type of feel. The majority of my field goals of my career are all in the hashes. It's rare that you have, running back that gets tackled in the middle of the field on third down, and then fourth down, you're kicking it from the middle of the field. So I do think I do better on the hashes. I thought I was having a great game against the Broncos until that last extra point. And obviously I love getting a ton of kicks. I just need to finish the game and make all of them and stay locked in.
And how's it going with Tommy? Do you feel like you guys are where you need to be? That kind of working relationship is where it needs to be?
Yeah, I think we have a really good relationship. We're working every day, every week to get better. And Tommy takes a lot of pride in his ability to hold the ball, and he does a great job of it. And I just have to – and so does James with snapping the ball, and I just have to do my job and make the kick.
Let's go next to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
Harrison, just to kind of follow up on what Adam was talking about there with the holder, and not to, I'm not, this isn't like a negative, like he's not doing it the right way or something, but everybody's a little bit different, right? Like I've asked Dave a couple of times, it's kind of like, maybe golf clubs. You might buy the exact same club, but it just feels a little bit different. Is some of this just a matter of getting that chemistry and you guys syncing up? You just can't recreate what you had with all those reps with Dustin Colquitt in just a couple of weeks and no preseason games and this weird deal. It's been even more rushed. Is some of that just time?
I definitely agree. I think chemistry is huge. And obviously I had a lot of reps with Dustin over the past 3 years. And with the COVID off season, I was, we were trying to get as many kicks as we could together. And then obviously without having the preseason, you don't have the in-game field goals. But that's why I think, every practice, every game is super important, and you build that chemistry together. And we're all humans and we all have tendencies. So different holders will have tendencies to do different things. And I'm not saying that, Tommy's got bad tendencies at all, but it is sort of just like understanding the holder. But I can't say enough, Tommy's been doing a great job as a holder, and it's really just on me finishing the kick. And like I was saying earlier, having a good line and giving that ball a chance to go through the uprights.
And just to follow up one more, I remember talking with you, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and you were kind of explaining why it's just such a better environment here with the Chiefs than maybe in the NFL versus college. And you talked about all the live reps you get with Coach Reed, that he gives you a chance, and you really appreciated that and how that really helped you. But with this COVID offseason and everything and not having all the things, have you been squeezed on some of those reps? Have you maybe not gotten as many opportunities to do the things you've done in the past because the team has had to kind of play catch up on offense and defense?
I'd say since we've been in the facilities, I've been getting a ton of opportunities like I normally do. But if you look at the off season, phase 1, 2, and 3, well, really just phase 2, phase 3, and veteran mini camp, I guess those are reps that we were just having to get together separately with COVID going on. But, Coach Reed and Coach Tobe have done a great job of putting Tommy and I in pressure situations during practice and getting our reps and not just glossing over special teams. I mean, they take a lot of pride in having good special teams. And, we've gotten a ton of reps for the short amount of time that we've had together.
Got time for 2 more. We'll go Todd and then Matt. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Harrison, I know you're such a perfectionist about this stuff. You remember all the kicks and kind of where you were. Are you more equipped now as more of a veteran who's established in the league to handle some adversity and kind of get over this? Or are you going home and thinking about the miss more than the makes?
No, I go home. Well, when I go home, I focus on my family and my son and everybody. But when I'm in the facilities, every time you have a miss, you have a failure. It's only a failure if you don't learn from it and you don't improve from it. So those are all opportunities where I can go in and watch film. I can talk with Tommy and Coach Tobe and James, and we can figure out ways to get better and hopefully when it gets down the line to make those kicks and to not miss the extra points. But, every time you do have a mistake, I think that's a great opportunity to learn from it. And that's what I'm doing with every miss. I'm not getting down on myself. I'm just trying to improve day to day and week to week.
Go to Matt McMullen for the last one. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Harrison. So the organization and the locker room have made voting and encouraging people to vote a real priority over the last several months. And I'm just curious why that's important to you and if you've voted yet.
Oh, I think voting's super important. That's one of our rights living in America, to be able to voice our opinions and vote. And actually I have with early voting in Georgia. So I already placed my vote, but I think it's a great thing. We recently had the NFLPA in and we were talking about the CBA, something like 25% of guys, didn't open up an email and cast their vote. And I think that happens across our country as well, potentially just people thinking my voice doesn't matter. But I definitely encourage everyone to go out and, use their right and go vote.